What's up, guys? It's your boy Parag. Welcome back to the hard challenge. It is day 34. I woke up a little bit too late today. The plan was to be up at 6 and then go for a walk, but I'm not gonna lie, guys. I did stay up pretty late, bro. I got like a serious problem or a serious issue when it comes to like sleeping on time. I woke up at like 6:23, but I went to bed, like fell asleep at like 12:30, so almost 6 hours of sleep. Not really. But we went for the walk, some light, and we're back here. Today we are doing just stretching and some ab work. So if y'all want to skip to that, be my guest. Yesterday, before we get into the book, always got to answer a question of the day. Yesterday was, yesterday's question was, what is holding you back from being the best version of yourself? Answer that one. And for today, the question is, what is your top priority in life right now? Top priority in my life, I would say my fitness. I would definitely say my personal health. I feel like I have potential to be more athletic, more healthy, and overall to just have like a better body. I mean, right now I'm kind of skinny, so and then like all these years of me, even when I was like a teenager, bro, it's crazy that I'm 22, bro. I'm a whole lot adult, but back when I was like a young teen, I was always like, oh, I'm gonna be dunking, I'm gonna have abs, I'm gonna be jacked. And fast forward 8 years, and I'm here. I am like a belly. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I would definitely say right now my top priority is just to get my health in check. Not only because it's good for you, but also because I've never really kept promises with myself, especially when it comes to this whole YouTube stuff. I've never been consistent. I never, but that's changing. So I would say my top priority for this year would definitely be like my health and just being true to the stuff I say, because I'm getting older now, and I'm not gonna lie, guys, not to judge anyone, but if you say something, you gotta do it, But anyways, onto the book. Yesterday we were discussing about hookups and all that bullshit. We left off with some girls, like a chat box, because we ended off with a chat box. Basically, a girl was texting other girls on this forum, saying the fact that she went on a date with someone, but that person is like kind of suspect or whatever. Like he's not really showing any feelings, and the girls are kind of just asking why. But let's go from where we left off. Young girl 2, or young woman 2. In his initial Facebook message, did he ask you to get a drink or grab drinks? So basically what happened was that this girl is crushing on this guy, and the guy asked her to come for drinks and hang out. But when she got there, it was not only him, but it was him and his friends, and they were all like hanging about. And then when all the friends left, him and the girl that got invited, they both like hung out and chill. So they're like discussing like, oh, like, is that like a message to date, or like, girls, you know what I'm saying? All right. Hang out? What? Question mark. Everyone knows what a hangout means. What time did you get to the bar? Was it raining? Were you cycling? 10:15, 1 week past ovulation. Oh my god, they're talking about ovulation, bro. I thought they're talking about like actual cycling in the rain. My dumbass. It's too close to call. It's him. Hey, can you not tell anyone about last night? Don't want my girlfriend to find out. LOL. He doesn't want his girlfriend to find out. That means it was definitely a date. Girl exclaimed it quietly. Bro, what the hell are you on tape? Yo, guys be... Bro, I don't understand how guys be openly just cheating, bro. That's nuts. That's crazy to me. Anyways, this vignette is humorous only because it describes a prototypical situation highly representing with ordinary experiences on commentary women. The female friends of a woman exchange with her in a slightly highly elaborate humoristic exercise. What? To help her decipher an encounter whose frame is uncertain and whose meaning is ultimately controlled by a man. Because of the splintering of the structure of heterosexuality in sexual, emotional, and metronomy fields, the very frame of interaction is uncertain. To provide another example from a popular romance novel, The Big Love, okay, in which the heroine Allison has two prolonged sexual encounters with her boss. Bro, I would never understand a coworker type of relationship. It's wild. I mean, to be fair, like you are seeing a person for work, you know, like you're seeing them for like 40 hours. So I actually, it does kind of make sense why some coworkers might be feeling some kind of way. But me personally, when it comes to coworkers, first of all, it's either A, none of them looks good, or B, like I think it's literally the worst thing to date or talk to someone that you work with. Like you're like setting yourself up for failure in a way. But there is love stories about it. But me personally, I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. Anyways, after these encounters, Allison enters Henry's office and makes the following inquiry. I was wondering if we could talk about our relationship. Relationship, Henry said, still busy with the papers. What relationships? Oh my god, I can't even talk. I'm stuttering, bro. You know, I said this. Henry looked up from his papers. What? I said. I just didn't know we were involved in a relationship, said Henry. Well, what would you call it? I don't know. I hadn't thought about it. I didn't know I needed a name. We slept 4 times. We slept together 4 times, I said. Fine. Okay, I have my answer. I headed for the door. What answer is that? This is just a F, which is perfectly fine. I just wanted to know. I wouldn't call it that, Henry said. Then what would you call it? It's a bit of fun. That's somewhere between just the F and the relationship. Bro, these men don't be... Okay, well, I can't really say that. But this dude he's not taking accountability. That's tough. The dialogue is about finding a name for their relationship located between... Bro, this can't be a word. The fuck? What does that even mean? Betwixt? Twix like a candy bar? Located betwixt and between casual sex and a relationship in which the future is plausible. This relationship does not have a name because it is structured by the woman's uncertainty about the man's intentions and emotions. The only elements that would help this woman orient herself in this interaction, the man himself does not know his own intentions and is therefore unable to label the interaction. There are the very multiplication of names in casual relationships, hookups, one-night stands, friends with benefits, and so on, suggests the difficulty of naming and characterizing casual relationships. Knowing what they are about, that is, their aboutness, a relatively basic and taken for granted feature of all social interactions. Moreover, in the two vigilantes above, casual sexuality not only creates confusion but also lacks symmetry. In both examples, it is the man who holds the key to the frame. In her study, Hooking Up, Catherine Blogue shows a striking confusion about the purpose of casual encounters, in which women and men frequently state that relationships can go in many different directions they have no prior knowledge of. In Hooking Up, there seems to be complete uncertainty as to the very goal of the interaction and its overall frame. There is even disagreement on the definition of it, as some define hooking up as only kissing, whereas others view it as having oral sex that excludes intercourse. While still others define it as a way to browse for relationships, most women interviewed by Blogue had the sense that they cannot predict the outcome of a hookup. Hookup is a roll of a dice. This uncertainty is significantly magnified and accentuated by the intervention of apps such as Tinder. A popular dating app called AskMen.com comments on the Tinder revolution as follows. Bro, Tinder is like a scuffed app, I'm not gonna lie. And anyways, so this is a review on Tinder on the men's AskMen.com article. Tinder has become a one-stop shop for young men who are looking to date, hook up, or simply check out who's living in the area. And online dating sites are starting to pale in comparison in the popularity of apps like Tinder, which people see as more efficient to make potential partners. There are estimated 50 million people using Tinder today, and Tinder has boasted that it has made 8 billion connections since it launched in 2012. Connections, but there's only 7 point, I don't know. Although it's not clear whether connections means matches, IRL matches, or a combination of the two, or getting or something else together. Tinder now constitutes such a large part of the dating world that for many young men, it is the dating world. An always available pocket sized method for finding the person of your dreams, or at least very least a regret free hookup. Tinder can offer just quick disposable sex or the possibility to meet a dream woman, thus suggesting a multi-form and underdefined. Why am I saying underage, bro? Underdefined range of possibilities between the two extremes. This in turn suggests that I would dub frame confusion and frame uncertainty. The difficulty one has knowing which frame is operating under and thus predicting a likely course of action and using an adequate tool to follow a course of action. Uh, while while traditional courtship and dating were highly scripted, both cognitively and practically, modern casual bro. I'm sorry, guys, I can't talk right now. Let me slow down. Let me just talk. Modern casual sex, unscripted romantic relationship since sex, which is not which was the end of what was previously a narrative courtship, is now at the beginning of the story, thus rendering of the relationship uncertainty. In other words, the sexualization of relationships mean that their entry point is a sexual one, which may not which may or may not be their end as well. In sexualized culture, sexuality becomes a prima facie terrain for engaging in interactions. Men and women are approached as prior sexualized actors, especially when men view women as objects or sexual satisfaction. Lana is 39 years old. Israel, a secretary and a high school dropout. She was married for 8 years, has two children, and has been divorced 5 years prior to the interview. She has all the attributes of an attractive woman. This is how she views in ways in which men approach her. Lana. I was controlled by my father and my husband. Now I feel no one can control me. My husband used to tell me how I should dress, how I should cut my hair, who I can speak to. No one can do that anymore. Also, when you grew up in a house where your father was very dominant, macho, he controlled everything. I grew up being beaten. Damn. I ran away into my marriage to run away from home, but my husband was worse than my father. Uh, relationship recently. I had a relationship with Jackie Chan. It did not work because he did not speak to me nicely. He was threatening me. Bro, she this girl with guys that like hit her, bro. What are we talking about? Now I'm with Ty. I like him a lot. He was tender and sweet, but I met him through Tinder. It is a site for sex, so it's only for sex. I didn't know. Damn, wait, I didn't know that people that are like old use the app. So that's wild. I thought they. Okay, anyways. Um. Uh, blah blah blah. So I did not know it was a site for sex. By the way, I was interested in more than sex, but apparently it was only sex. I think it was only sex for him, and he cannot make it something else. I felt embarrassed when I found out that the site is only for sex. Like he would think I was in it only for the sex. That I was a kind of woman. Anyway, he disappeared, never called back. Now I have a relationship with someone I was introduced to by a common friend. Nice, fire. What is the biggest problem you see in your past relationships with men? Lana. They approach women as sexual objects. It is very different from asking yourself in person if this person suits me. For example, this new guy I'm dating now took me to his parents. He signaled that he's serious, that I am not only a sexual object, but also men view women as sexual objects and treat them like that. And you never know where you stand with them, what they want from you. If you want anything from you, sometimes they just want to be able to have sex. But it is not only like that. I project an image of me as being a very strong, independent woman, like I am the master of myself. I am very independent. I am scared of being controlled by any man. I know that in a relationship, you have to make compromises, give up on certain things, make sacrifices. But I have this fear of being dependent. So I project an image of strength and I'm very self-defensive. I make sure to convey that I am strong, that I have no problem being alone, that whoever wants me must take me as I am. I always tell a guy, if you don't take me as I am, if you want to change me, your loss, not mine. I tell him that if you don't want me, then it'll be your loss, not mine. I never convey them to that this was the thing I would be definitely to lose. I think last page. When I was younger, I always felt less attracted to others. My workplace changed me a lot. I worked as a senior secretary in a university. I met a friend here, Hannah, who taught me how to love myself and to know that I am worth it. I know that I have very low self-esteem. I want my career to of course, on positive thinking and changing my mind completely. After that, after, after that, I had the strength to divorce. Before that, I could not. I was afraid of being alone. I was afraid of the criticism of family, of my friends at work. I got a lot of support. I was told in the workplace how good I was, how beautiful and attractive I was. So I got a lot of my strength there. It brought me to the situation where I don't care today what people say or think about me. That's a good mindset to have, guys. I went through a process of self-empowerment. My boyfriend now tells me you always need to be the stronger one. It's true. I always need to feel the stronger one. Some themes are striking here. So this woman, relationships seem highly unpredictable as she has difficulty understanding under which brain she operates. What makes them uncertain is their sexualization. That is the fact that the entry point of the relationship is sexual, which for her means that the man is more likely to be on the side of the sex only, which is only perceived as exploitative, that is obvious to who she is. This is the reason why sexualization is frequently approached by women with a catering suspicion. It is viewed as containing the possibility of treating another instrumentally without fully recognition of the entire personhood. This is in turn indicates that for at least some women, a sex-only relationship is perceived as serving men's interests and as a threat to their sense of self-worth. Okay, so that's the last page. Okay, so that last part, I don't think about self-love. Guys, me personally, yeah, I definitely agree. You know what I'm saying? Like, self-love is pretty important. You gotta have that because even like, I saw on Twitter or I saw on YouTube, it's like, if you can't love yourself, how you gonna love others? And I had to learn that as well. Like me personally, like in the past, who I've been with, um, I would like put like the people I would be talking to or dating, I would put them on a pedestal, and I would be like wasting. I wouldn't say wasting my time, but I would be like hurting my time by being so extra towards them. And when the other person didn't show much, like, which they didn't show much reciprocation, or they did the same back to me. It took me a lot of time to realize that like that you're a partner, not your life, and like you gotta have your own life. And like at the end of the day, yes, you're dating someone, you're married to someone, but at the end of the day, who you have yourself. So um, I feel like with my past relationship, um, I definitely was I want to say like being like an asshole, but I would say that I like spent all my time caring for my partner. But I got to a point that it was affecting my personal goals. It was affecting like the way how I was with my friends, family, and you know, you gotta have self control in a way of like your time and precious as well. Like don't live just for a person. You gotta be your own person. But enough of me trying to be all therapeutic. Yeah, I'm not really like that. I'm not really good. I would say I'm a good person now. Back then, if I would definitely slap the shit out of myself back then. Right now, I'm good. Back then, not really. But anyways, that was it. I just got a pimple. Oh man. But that's the video for today. Let's get on to the workout. Okay, stretch day. Your boy's doing some stuff. Yup. Gotta make sure that everything is all stretched out. Lower back. Honestly, felt pretty good today. Stretching out the legs. Yup. Yup. Overall, I feel like I'm getting a little bit looser. Pause. Um, I do feel like I'm losing weight, even though y'all can see my fat ass stomach here. God damn, as it rolls up. But I do feel a bit leaner, I would say. Here, trying to do some toe touches. I wasn't able to grab it a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not flexible yet. And then after that, we're doing some big clock work. Bro, my fucking ass is fat, bro. What the fuck? Anyways, we're gonna keep on. We're gonna keep stretching out the lower back, making sure everything's alright. Now we're doing some, this shit. Guys, totally do it. It like, it really stretches out your quads. It feels really good. So quad work, and then after that, doing some in 90s just for the hips. Bro, it's like I'm dancing. Hey. But yeah, this is just to unlock the hips, make sure everything's all loose. Now we're doing some calf stretching. Honestly, my calves felt pretty tight because I went for a run, like a jog last night. So my calves were pretty tight today, but stretched that out. Then we're doing the cat and cow. I think was what do you call it? Cat and cow. Bro, my hair looks kind of majestic. Hold up. And then now we're doing the pigeon stretch, making sure that, hips and everything is all stretched out. And we swap legs. Honestly, felt pretty good. My right side is more tired though, so I gotta watch out for that. It may be an upcoming injury. But hey, after that, we're doing standing up, making sure that we're twisting and turning, making sure everything's all loose. Doing some shoulders just to make sure that I get everything's loose, you know what I'm saying? Now we're doing some stretching over here, bicep, tricep, all that good stuff. Yup. Hey. Now we're gonna try and touch behind 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Not too shabby. Now we're doing some toe touches. I touched dash ground, guys. Okay, so I'm not flexible. I'm flexible in some ways. Pause. And then we're doing some, I call this like star touches, but I don't know what you call this, but doing some star touches. And after that, we're doing some holding up the knees. And after that, we're like unlocking the hips by just pulling it up. Hey, 1, 2, hey. It's not too shabby. Now we're going on to the ab workout. I was locked in for this one. I did like 30 sit-ups in a row, I think. But then for my second set, I did like 15. I was cooked. I'm not gonna lie. Next workout, we're doing some cycling. What do you call it? Cycling abs. I don't know what you call this, but it's really good. It hurts though. And then for the last workout, I actually swapped out side planks and did this one instead. Bro, I felt the burn. That shit hurted. But hey, that's the workout for today. And boom, your boy is looking kind of sexy, I don't like how my right pec is smaller than my left though. So I need to work more on that balance. But overall, feeling pretty confident. I'm going to Japan literally in like a week and a few days. So I'm super excited for that. And then for breakfast, your boy literally had like scoop of protein powder, scoop of oats, some coffee beans, 1 spoon of peanut butter, lots of berries, raspberries, strawberries, creatine, water. And we just blend that all up and we drank that bit. And let's go on to the lunch. Okay, for lunch we had 2 eggs, some leftover quinoa salad, and some tuna salad. Overall, pretty good. Not too heavy on the carbs or anything, but just making sure I'm healthy, vegetables, fruits, all that good stuff, and the eggs. Haven't been eating a lot of eggs recently, but I'm starting to put them more back into my diet. We'll see how that affects my body. And then next, I did go out with the homeboy manager. We got some mango green tea. I got the medium size, as y'all can see, 230 calories, so it's not too bad. And then for dinner, we had a lot of some greens, a little bit of rice, and then chewy bambakla drumsticks. So overall, pretty good. I think I may have overeaten a little bit today. I'm not gonna lie, but tomorrow I'll dial it down a bit. But hey, thank you guys for watching. That is day 34 complete. Oh my god, it's literally like 1 more week left until Japan. Almost a week and a few days, but still, oh my god, I can't wait. But hey, thank you guys for watching the video. It's been your boy Pro. I'll see you guys tomorrow for day 35.